And a glimpse of the team as they arrive. A well-dressed and well-groomed group. The Houston Rockets making their way off the bus in anticipation of tonight's game. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The New Orleans riverfront gleaming brightly along the Mississippi here tonight. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And here's a look at some numbers for Holiday.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with his sense of fashion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day was the first day of school. That's how it was the minute I woke up. And guys, he's starting to release his own lines of clothing and accessories. I have a couple in my closet. Back to you.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. Brent, 2 explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at a time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kevin.
I can see the bruises. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Green is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Covington in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Favors is out there with Hayes. And it's Ball in at the 1 spot.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Houston. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Well, Westbrook keeping his options open on that possession, doesn't force the shot, and finds a man breaking free.
Here's Holiday. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Ball finds Holiday. Back to Favors. Clock at 6. Ball against Westbrook. Ball no good. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The kick out to Westbrook. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Well, there are guys that stop on a dime and shoot, but Russell stops and rises up. No way to challenge him there.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now, here's Westbrook playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. Here's Harden on the wing. Over Holiday, and Houston again with the bucket.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Green. And here we go. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Free throw drops for Jeff Green.
And New Orleans, not the largest market, but a lot to like about living in the Big Easy.
Well, you just said Big Easy in New Orleans, and I saw Kevin Harlan's head whip over here because I know what he's thinking about. Food, baby.
That's right.
Food. But whether it's music, art, architecture, New Orleans has a tremendous culture.
Pelicans trail by 10. Stolen by Harden. And it's the Rockets on the break. Harden's got the ball, and the jam by Harden.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add two ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Now, here's Ball. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. Pass to Westbrook. From downtown. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And here's Holiday following Russell Westbrook's 3 with the fadeaway. And Favors gets it to go in on the assist by Holiday.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
Westbrook passes to Harden. It's deflected. And now the Pelicans on the break. And Covington sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Ball with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside. In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
And he gets it to go.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Ball. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Outside Holiday, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
If we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They trail by 14. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with a win.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
And you look at Lonzo Ball, certainly high expectations for this young man. One and done at UCLA. How about second overall pick? That's brought some undue pressure.
Good on the second free throw. Ray, you talk about the hype for Lonzo Ball and the pressure. Do you think that creates an additional challenge for a young player?
Yeah, he's scuffled at times, but I think the future remains very bright for that young man.
Now here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. And the wide open shot from Green. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Green's got 8.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And here are the Pelicans now. It's a 16-point game. Favors dishes to Holiday. Back to Favors. Stolen by Tucker. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, how many times have we seen Westbrook way up like that with the poster shot, just doing what simply other people cannot?
Ball, the pass to Favors. He kicks it to Ingram. Pass to Hayes, and it's Ball in the corner. 5 on the clock. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and then Favors with the dunk.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 8. Harden the pass to Westbrook. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Pelicans trail by 19. Ball feeling it out a bit. Outside Holiday. The Pelicans get another chance here. And that one's good by Favors.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Westbrook, and it's blocked. And now the Pelicans on the break. Holiday with the ball, and slam dunk by Ingram.
And at 6'9", Ingram is constantly on the prowl for these dunks. An incredible athlete who just finishes with ease near the hoop.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 11. Green kicks to Covington. In the corner, it's Westbrook. No good from outside.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Now Westbrook, after Brandon Ingram missing on that last three-pointer, and stolen by Favors. Ingram dishes to Holiday. Shot from 12. Bucket is good. Holiday's got his second basket.
Excellent screen and roll there by Holiday. He gets a great look at the rim and then calmly steps up and knocks it down.
And here's Westbrook. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Green finds Tucker. Harden inside the three-point line. That one wide left.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Westbrook against Ball. Here's the floater. That's tipped.
And he just hasn't been able this quarter.
Harden has a wide open look. Buries the corner three. Harden's got 7 points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor.
Exactly.
And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. They get it back. Here's Cephalosha. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with a break here, let's look at the stats for Derek Favors. 16th in shooting percentage, 19th in rebounding, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And he's a guy who would rather pass the ball off than take a bad shot. Completely unselfish. Unbelievable. I love the way he plays. That free throw, no good.
Well, Cephalosha has really carved out a nice role for himself in the NBA. A very important role player, definitely known for his lockdown defense.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Alvin Gentry has seen a lot in his time around the NBA, and last year in New Orleans, really no different. With injuries and trade demands from their top player, it was about trying to keep things together. I don't know, maybe the reward of all that was the roster that he has in front of him now.
Another miss by Houston. Pelicans trail by 14, and here comes Moore leading the fast break. A nice shot by Melly.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
The Rockets shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one, 57% from the field. And sometimes when a new front office takes over, a coaching change comes next. But Alvin Gentry continues as head coach with the Pelicans.
Well, a good reason for that is the previous relationship that Alvin Gentry had with David Griffin during their times in Phoenix. They've done a tremendous job of setting the table here. A new infusion of talent, different coaches, a change in front office, a new direction from the ownership group. And this is going to give Alvin Gentry the runway to grow and learn with some tremendous young players.
The Rockets have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on. First one falls for him. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Stolen by Tucker. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Favors.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Now here's Redick. A 14-point game for him in the win against Indiana. Pass to Hart. Here's Melly. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one's on Eric Gordon.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both.
A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Rivers. 11-point game his last outing. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now here's Tucker. The pass to Rivers. Over Redick. Another miss by Houston. Here's Hart. The shot. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Houston. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Right back after this break. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And Greg, nowadays, it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, Hart is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then there's Okafor. And it's Melly in at the 4. Now here's Moore. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Okafor missing. Rockets leading by 13. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And Okafor with the block. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. McLemore is checked in. And for the Pelicans, they're shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Stolen by Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Great concentration from Eric Gordon, who caps off the drive with the basket.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Redick surveying the D. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Okafor. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Houston the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
He dishes it to Redick. Here's Hart. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Rivers against Redick. Outside Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Carroll passes to Cephalosha. Over Okafor. Cephalosha misses. Pelicans trail by 20. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Passes it to Hart to stop the drought. It's rebounded by Houston. Cephalosha's got his 4th rebound in this one.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Hart. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, good defensive game plan and then carrying it out for 48 minutes. That really helped them out in that last game.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Rockets. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You look at Hart. He stands at number 2 in the Western Conference. The fans giving him the backing he deserves.
No doubt about it. And it's been an outstanding campaign for him, and he's got to be a part of that starting lineup.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's more. The rebound by Jeff Green.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Inside. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
Rivers against Redick. Now Rivers. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Gordon. New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Holiday, here we go. No good that time. Gordon with the defensive effort. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Gordon's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Redick passes to Okafor. Outside Holiday. Back to Okafor. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ingram. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. From deep, McLemore. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. McLemore's got 6 here in this quarter.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Here's Holiday. And again, unable to change momentum here. For Houston, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. And that one is off. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Pelicans, Derek Favors checked in for Okafor. And it's Lonzo Ball in for J.J. Redick. Ball against Rivers. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Here's Ball. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Down low, and a slam dunk by Favors.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Rivers with it. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Pass to Carroll. Fires from 18, and it's Houston with another.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Favors finds Holiday. Back to Favors. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game. And Houston calls their first time out of the game. We're just halfway through the season, Brent. Talk about the value of leadership and keeping everyone focused night in and night out.
A lot of that will come from your coaching staff and the messaging, but I will tell you what, Kevin, playing with a star player that goes out there and does it night after night, watching James Harden, watching Russell Westbrook, watching Steph Curry have the kind of unreal performances for the game 56, the game 68. You're just sitting there in amazement. You want to step up and say, you know what, I want to be there for you.
But to me, that may be the most important. Like every game they're there, aren't they? Every single game.
They are there. They're excited to be there. They're excited for you to be playing, and they raise the level of your attentiveness to being competitive on a nightly basis. And truly, those guys become inspirational to you.
Looking to get back on track here. No good. Now shooting just 20% this game at 2 for 10.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Houston's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Harden surveying the D. Pass to Covington. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Favors got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. Ball against Westbrook. Covington with the steal.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And here is Ball. The pass to Hayes. Shoots over Covington. Here's Favors. Now the dish to Hayes. Ball against Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. They shoot again. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back. I think there was an angle to get to that ball, but a bit reckless on that play.
And he can't hit the second. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And now let's check in on the 2 guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. Number 1, Drew Holiday. 4th, James Harden.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, if he was a light switch, he'd always be on. Defensively, they treat each possession like the game depends on it. They're looking to cause a little bit of chaos in any way that they can.
Now Holiday after Eric Gordon's 3-pointer that didn't go. No good on the shot. Harden against Ball. Harden dishes to Covington. Kicks it out to Gordon. And some nice passing there by Houston. Fires the 3. Harden's shot is off.
And just not able to find the target from 3-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down 1 in the first.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Here's Ball. After Eric Gordon's bucket, outside Holiday. Here's Favors, and Derek Favors with the slam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Here is Harden, following the score by New Orleans. Eric Gordon on the wing. He's covered by Ingram. Lets it fly. And the shot is long.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Pelicans have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. So for the Rockets, P.J. Tucker comes in for Green, and Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Eric Gordon. And the second free throw, good. And it's the Rockets with the ball. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Westbrook passes to Sefolosha. We've got 1:13 left in the first half of basketball. Fires from the line. And the jam by Cephalosha.
Great finish at the rim from Cephalosha. He can really throw it down with that athleticism.
Ball kicks to Hart. Passes it to Favors. The second chance effort. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 11. Harden outside. Pass to Covington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Rockets have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. Free throw drops for Covington. Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Redick comes in for Lonzo Ball. And both free throws good for Covington. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the foul on Harden. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Pelicans have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. First free throw is good. Good on both. 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Westbrook scanning the floor. Harden left side. Looking to end his cold spell, and it goes down 2 points. Harden's got 12.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
For 3, Westbrook. And so it's the Houston Rockets having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Alongside Coach Alvin Gentry. Alvin, what sorts of adjustments are you going to make in the second half?
Well, we just got to get ourselves organized. We got to get back. We got to take better shots. You know, the problem that we have is we're taking bad shots and they're running out on them. We just got to take good shots and we got to get back and get our defense set.
The best defense is offensive efficiency. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Houston came ready to play. They had the pieces in place for a nice stretch to open it up and went on a 7-0 run to start. Looking at the scoring breakdown, they ended up going wire to wire in the first quarter, never once giving up their lead. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by Derek Favors.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Well, for New Orleans, shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. So on the floor for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Green, and it's Tucker in at the 5. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. 5th best, the Rockets.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
And he makes the first. Both good from the line that time. Here's Westbrook. Pass to Harden. For the 3. It's rebounded by Hayes. Here are the Pelicans with the ball. Holiday inside the line. Rockets with the rebound. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. The drive by Green. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stolen by Westbrook. Green dishes to Westbrook. Pelicans with the rebound.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses. Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best. I'm not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket. Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
That's good from Holiday.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
And he makes both free throws. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Outside Westbrook. And there's the pass to Covington. Ball against Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. Out of hand on it. They recover it. And that one, good. And 12 points for Jeff Green.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his third foul of the game. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Ball against Westbrook. Ball kicks to Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Tipped away. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Covington. He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Now here's Harden. He's got 12. And Covington gets it to go on the assist from Harden. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Ball, the pass to Favors. There's the lob to the hoop, and Hayes throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Now, here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. It's Covington on the wing. He's covered by Ingram. Shoots over Ball. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going. And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot. But he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Now here's Westbrook. Passes to Tucker. Back to Westbrook. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to Green. To the paint. Here's Harden. Kicks to Tucker. Over Holiday. The Rockets again can't hit. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. To the inside, and Hayes throws it down.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does. Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Damari Carroll's checked in for Green. McLemore has come in for Robert Covington. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it. Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Houston leading by 21. Here's Rivers. Pass to Carroll. From deep, McLemore gets the three-pointer to fall. McLemore's got 9.
And how about the unselfishness of Carroll? You know, he's not hunting shots, just making winning plays.
Harden against Holiday. And here's Ingram from the arc. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 6th assist on the night. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Now the pass to McLemore. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
New Orleans has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Stolen by Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Now Ball. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Gordon's checked in for Houston. It's stolen by Carroll. Tucker dishes to Carroll. Houston moving the ball around. That one, no good.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Hart, defended by Gordon. Hart, that's good. Hart's got 6 points.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Now here's Rivers. Back to McLemore. Passes it to Tucker. 5 to shoot. No good on the 3. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. No good from Moore. The Rockets shooting straight 49% from the field. Rivers in the corner. Great D that time from Reddick. Well, for New Orleans, shooting in the 3rd quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. Out to the right wing. Here's Melly. He's off on that one. So Houston will take it the other way. To the wing on the left. Tucker finds Carroll. Now here's McLemore. Pass to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. Pelicans with the rebound. Okafor's got 6 rebounds in the game. New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Back to Hart. Moore outside. Shoots over Carroll. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Here's Houston now. On the wing, Gordon. Covered by Reddick. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 12.
Even though Eric Gordon went in amongst the bigger guys on the floor, he's able to remain calm and get 2.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Playing as a team so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. In second, the Rockets.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
The first one falls.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Houston. So he gets them both. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level sixth man for the rest of his career.
Hart, that's good.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Rivers against Redick. To the middle. Okafor with the steal. Here's Hart. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. He's got 11. Houston leading by 23. Outside Gordon. Back to Rivers. Pass to Sefolosha. Outside Gordon. Clock at 6. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A terrific play by Eric Gordon to force the issue there and get the defense to overcommit on the jump shot.
New Orleans making a switch here. Favors is checked in. And he sinks the second.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
55th pick back in 2011. By any measure, E'Twaun Moore has exceeded expectations.
Most of that has come, Kevin, because he's become a much more consistent player from the perimeter. Everybody looking for those wing players that can both provide offensive spark and shooting, along with guarding at least one position, if not two. And E'Twaun Moore is a switchable defensive player and has found a home here with the Pelicans.
And Okafor with the block. Here's Moore. Got a piece of it.
Well, it's tough to get anything past Sefolosha with that length. Insane reach and quick instincts on defense, really wreaking havoc.
New Orleans gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Hart kicks to Okafor. Redick up top. He's guarded by Rivers. Redick passes to Hart. Over Gordon. And the Pelicans miss again. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Houston Rockets. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And so here is New Orleans. The Rockets making the shot. And the pass to Hart. Now Favors, defended by Gordon.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
No good on the free throw. So for the Rockets. Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Austin Rivers. He hits the second from the line.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Houston leading by 23. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Westbrook passes to Cephalosha. Kicks it out to Gordon. There's the triple. Redick with the rebound.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Hart, no good.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now.
Oh!
Yes, sir. You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Redick with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Off target with that shot. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Rockets on top, opening up a huge gap. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
We just got to do a better job of executing, okay? And then we got to get back, guys. I mean, we got to be sprinting back.
Well, Greg, he doesn't sound pleased with his team's transition defense.
And you can't fault him. I mean, Coach Gentry really fighting to get his team more engaged.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Williams. Miller is out there with Okafor. And it's Hart in a 2-guard. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Alexander Walker. Pulls up. Hart, no good. And here's Westbrook. It's blocked. Okafor, the pass to Alexander Walker. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Alexander Walker's got his first 2 points of the night. And when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
There's the double team with Westbrook. Williams with a clean look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Cephalosha. He brings it up for the Rockets. A great fourth quarter, giving up 2 points. Outside Gordon. Back to Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hartenstein. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Lonzo Ball, he's checked in for New Orleans. That's good from Westbrook.
And just wondering, with Russell Westbrook and the 3 seasons under his belt in Oklahoma City, is averaging a triple-double, what is he capable of doing in this Houston Rockets offense? And more importantly, how do Russell Westbrook and James Harden coexist?
And with Westbrook and his usage rates, it was once over 40%. But, Brent, that has dropped in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it might drop a little bit more here, Kevin, with James Harden being Russell Westbrook's teammate. You just wonder how much stylistically it's going to change. This offense has always been about the 3-point attack, and that's not a strong suit of Russell Westbrook's. However, the havoc he creates, that works just about anywhere.
And the first one drops. And how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle, you're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does.
That sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I try to avoid that, Kevin. Quite
did
frankly.
you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
McLemore inside the line. Second shot opportunity with the clock winding down. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Ball, the pass to Melly. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by McLemore. Kicks it to Ball. Cephalosha against Williams. And here's the fast break. Cephalosha leading the way.
Like seeing Cephalosha dish the rock that time. Good awareness at finding the open man.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now here's Westbrook. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
And the foul called on Caboclo. That is his first foul of the game. Daniel House is checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. Now here's ball. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Westbrook. McLemore dishes to House. Houston moving it around. That one drops for him. Caboclo's got his first bucket of the night.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And here's ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Pass to Melly. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Westbrook. Down low, here's House. Good D by Williams.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here's ball.
Well, Westbrook out there playing defense like an interior decorator, draped all over him.
Here is House. He kicks it to McLemore. From the line. No good on that one. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by McLemore. Here's Melly. It's rebounded by Houston. Hartenstein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Caboclo. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Caboclo's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's ball. The kick out to Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to McLemore. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
Now here's McLemore following the miss by Lonzo Ball.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Here's Alexander Walker. Can't hit that one. The Rockets shooting only 35% in the 4th quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for that game against the Hawks, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
First free throw is good. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Ball. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Ray, you know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
There's some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional careers. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
Houston making a switch here. Cephalosha's checked in. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And not just a long-range gunner, but Etuan Moore also blessed Greg with one of the NBA's best floaters.
I mean, he takes a lot of those mid-range shots, those floaters in the lane that makes them more often than not. For a player standing 6'4", the ability to finish inside, providing that counterbalance to his three-point shooting.
And so Moore nails both of them.
Well, effective ways that Etuan Moore can score. He's had some very good shooting years, and he's going to find his way to the free throw line here.
Now here's Westbrook. Now McLemore. House kicks to McLemore. Pass to House. 6 to shoot. Houston moving it around. Over Williams. The shot by House is no good. Pelicans shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Moore in the corner. And the contract structure for NBA first rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does, and the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years, because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
So it's the Pelicans now following Russell Westbrook's 3.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
The pass to Hartenstein. Back to Westbrook. Kicks it to McLemore. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. That's 12 points for Ben McLemore.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Now here's Williams. Miller outside. Dishes to Moore. Shot from 12. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Russell Westbrook.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring. And it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Now here's McLemore outside. Rebounded by Moore.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Cephalosha with it. 32 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Moore with the steal. Williams from outside. The Rockets pull it in. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And here's Westbrook. So we see Houston taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Hey, James, congrats on the win. Did it feel like the chemistry really got the ball going and got you into a rhythm?
Yeah, just stuck with it. You know, teammates kept encouraging me. I think we kept moving the ball and getting easy shots. They did a great job of looking for me.
You're an easy man to find with the beer, James. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.